bit.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sailing Fujin. Today I have my friend Kay here with us. We got a couple of projects to complete today. One of them is going to be removing the urinal and also installing a couple parts on our toilet that has a little bit of a leaky pipe. So before we get all those projects done, we got to get underway, pump out the tanks, and then we'll come back here and we'll start tearing apart the urinal. So
Because every boat does not need a urinal.
No, so that thing's got to go. I mean, it's pretty hideous. Yeah, it's got one hose coming from the urinal going down through the through hole, and its own through hole, which is kind of weird. So we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna reroute the hose from that through hole, and it's gonna go to the sink. The sink's gonna drain to that. So without further ado, let's get underway and let's pump out these tanks. Alright guys, we got our magic stick here, and now it's time to pump our I don't see anything yet.
Tank empty?
No. Otherwise there wouldn't be anything in the toilet. After pumping for what seemed to be an eternity with zero success, we decided to head back to the dock. When we got there, we kind of thought about it and we decided we could probably work on the toilet even though there's still urine and a little bit of water in the tank. We figured it wouldn't be that much of a mess, but we'd come to find out we'd be very wrong.
You want me to focus it in right on the toilet?
Yeah.
You're focused, don't worry about
Okay.
it. By the way, don't stick your hand in that toilet, or urinal rather, and then brush your hair like you always do.
Okay, I'll try to refrain from that. Okay, so we're in the boat's head. We just got back from dumping our tanks, and the first thing we're going to do is get rid of this urinal here, which takes up a good amount of space inside this boat. The previous owner was very proud of this thing, but it just has to go because it is ugly as f***. And it actually has its own through hole, which I find it to be very interesting. And that through hole could be used for better things, like the salt water for the toilet. Yeah, so right now the toilet only takes in fresh water from the sink. Really interesting setup. So we're going to get rid of this urinal. The next thing will be installing the new joker valve. Let's get Okay, so we've removed the urinal, so we have a little bit of working space in here now. Our next step is to repair our toilet, which actually has been backflowing a little bit. So what I believe the issue is there's a valve, after the pumping sequence, there's a valve that stops backflow into the toilet bowl, and it's called a joker valve. I'm going to show you what that is right here. So I ordered this off of Amazon, and I'm hoping it's the right size. It's this little rubber piece here. And it's like a one-way kind of rubber valve here. So flow goes in one way and can't come back the other way. So we're gonna take out the old one and reinstall this one here. And hopefully we don't make too much of a mess.
Oh.
Can you smell it?
I'm not breathing through my nose right now. Very much on purpose.
It just smells like a head. It doesn't really smell it. It's not shit. There's never been shit in this toilet. No one has ever shit in here. So, it shouldn't really be that big of a pain in the ass.
Did it get you?
No. The GoPro's soaked though.
Oh no. Not the GoPro.
Okay. Here's the old Joker valve. You can see the sediment inside. It definitely looks like it might need to be replaced. There's sediment inside the cracks. And yeah, that would definitely cause some leakage.
Ooh.
I read online that people usually replace these like once every 12 months, at least once a year, so I'm sure he hasn't replaced it in the last year, so looks like it's time, so we'll shove the new one in there and see what happens. Okay, well, the bilge is clean, Joker valve is installed, and I guess now it's just a waiting game to see if this thing backflows. So usually what I do is take this shower head, and I can fill up the toilet like this, and I'll flush the water down that way. This is just fresh water. Alright, I'm gonna have to think about this for a little bit.
Okay. TBD.
Okay guys, good morning. It is the next day. We are back aboard my Catalina 30, and I have taken a look at the toilet. One positive thing about it is that the Joker valve seems to have worked. There's no backflow from the tank back into the toilet. So I believe that has solved the issue. As for the leaky part, it looks like that might have just been residual water from showering down the entire head after spraying everything with 409 and cleaning it up, so we might not actually have a leak at all. So that is very good news. So now that we're kind of done with that project, we got a couple more things to figure out. Number one, I want to use that through hole that we used to use for the urinal, and I want to hook that up for a saltwater intake for the toilet. So I'm going to head to West Marine, get some hose clamps, and a couple more materials, and we will come back here. Okay guys, I am back. It is in the evening now. I have picked up some hose from West Marine and a couple of hose clamps here. I had to go down to Newport, which is about an hour drive south, to get some stuff from the Suzuki outboard place. So I did a lot of driving pretty much all day long. So it is dark out, so it might be a little bit hard to get some footage right now, but I am very worried about the through hole not being connected to anything, so we're just going to go ahead and install the hose, and yeah. Okay, so I got our little through hole adapter here, and I'm going to screw that into the through hole valve, and I was told I do not need to use any Loctite or any marine sealant for this. If you think I do otherwise, please let me know. So here we go. morning, everybody. It is the next day, and we are going to be continuing working on our head and blackwater system. So the first thing I want to do is get the shop vac inside the boat, and we're going to suck out the sediment that got inside that toilet so we don't compromise the new joker valve we just installed. After that, we're going to be filling the blackwater tank with fresh water and seeing if we can get that hand pump working. So we're going to test those systems and see what results we can get, and yeah. Well, the blackwater tank is black, so I will not be able to see the level in the tank. So we're just going to kind of play a guessing game, and hopefully we put enough water in and not too much, and we'll see what happens from there. So we began filling up the blackwater tank with fresh water. I decided it'd be okay to fill it up all the way until I saw water come out of the tank. After topping off the blackwater tank, we lined up the lines so we'd be able to run the blackwater tank to the pump and then overboard. Soon after, we started testing the pump, and we gave her about a couple minutes of pumpage, and then we noticed what the real problem was. After taking a close look at the diaphragm on the pump, we noticed we had a pinhole leak, and it was leaking all over the aft lazarette. Well, that got a little bit messy, and we didn't quite accomplish what we wanted to completely. Unfortunately, I had to order a new blackwater pump, and I had to order a new Y valve for the connector that goes for the discharge up on deck and the discharge overboard. Those items won't be here till Sunday, so unfortunately I won't be able to show the installation on this video, but it will be in next week's video, so look forward to that on Sunday. If you guys like this video, please give us a like. It really helps us in the beginning stages of this channel, and don't forget to subscribe. So I will see all you guys next Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.